and go into my house. 'Cause then they were real close buddies. They knew each other from way back, and they took off.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know, but he was real cool, man. I really liked him, man. Shit, I go in the gymnasium, and he'd always grab me. He'd always grab me and hug me, But yeah, I felt really bad when they shot him. God dog it, man. It's what a shame, man. Hijo de la madre. He was a great fighter, man. He was a goddamn great, super great fighter.
Yeah.
Shit.
Who was his trainer?
Hmm?
Who was his trainer?
In LA, Jimmy Montoya. Jimmy Montoya was training him in LA. Yeah, yeah. Jimmy Montoya had a lot of fighters in Los Angeles.
Is that where Ken Norton was too?
No, Ken Norton was in the Hoover Gym, HOOVER Hoover Gym. Because as a matter of fact, when I was training, I trained at the Hoover Gym. I also trained at the Main Street Gym. And when I was training at the Hoover Gym, no, when I was training at the Main Street Gym, Howie Sandler owned that gym on 3rd Street and Main in downtown Los Angeles on the second floor. Uh, uh, that guy, you just mentioned his name. What's his name?
Ken Norton?
Ken Norton, yeah. We were in the shower, he was working out, I was working out, in the gymnasium and all that. And then I finished, I guess he finished, and we were in the shower, taking a shower, and he asked me, if I had something coming up. And I told him, I says, no, I'm not, I don't have anybody's coming up. And he says, well, you look to me like you know more what you're doing than those other guys that are in there. But that's what I meant, Ken Norton over there. I also met Alejandro Laborente. I don't know if you remember him or not.
Mm-mm.
He was from Argentina, and he was a number one contender. And he came and he fought. I think it was who the hell did he fight? Zora Foley. I forget who the hell he fought. But yeah, no, I met a lot of guys because I worked out at the Main Street Gym in downtown Los Angeles, which is the most famous gym in California. And Howie Steiner, he owned that place. And all champions used to work out there, man. Nothing but champions would work out there. God damn it, man. I got in there. I don't know how the hell I got in there because I wasn't a world champion. But I worked out in there. And then I also worked out at the Hoover Gym, which is down on Hoover Boulevard, which is way south Los Angeles. And who the hell did I? Zora Foley. Zora Foley was working out. No, Zora Foley went down. Zora Foley was working out at the Hoover Gym because he was getting ready for a fight. Because Zora Foley was from Chandler, and he was getting ready for a fight. Uh, Maybe that's who fought Alejandro Laborente, was Zora Foley. Yeah, I used to jolting Johnny Smith from Los Angeles, man. I knew all those guys. I forget their names now. Yeah. You remember Willie Ross? You ever watch Willie Ross fight?
No.
Welterweight champion. Yeah, I used to spar with him. The welterweight champion.
Oh wow.
And Willie Ross. Yeah, I think he got killed. Somebody told me he had gotten killed, man. He's a hell of a nice guy, Willie Ross was. Really nice guy.
What weight were you?
Huh?
What weight were you?
Middleweight.
Yeah.
I actually didn't belong as a middleweight. And they used to tell me, they said, you should be a welterweight, man. Those guys are too big, man.
Yeah.
Middleweights are too big for you. I used to spar with them, And Golden Gloves, that's what I fought, middleweights.
You're probably faster than them.
Well, I don't know if I was faster, but I know that sometimes when I'd get hit, man, I could feel it, man. Son of a bitches, it makes a lot of difference,
Yeah.
And guys used to tell me, hey, you're crazy, man. Other fighters would tell me, you should go down to welterweight. He says, you're not big enough for middleweight.
How tall are you?
5'8", 5.5", 5'9". I used to be 5'9", I guess. Maybe I'm 5'8" now. But Golden Gloves, that's what I thought was middleweight. Yeah. And the guys were bigger. They were bigger, man. They were. Them suckers would hit me in the shoulder or something and shit, they'd move me all over the place, man. Makes a lot of difference. It sure the hell does, man.
Yeah.
These lighter divisions, they can jump around from different ways because it's all speed. They're so damn fast, yeah. And then the money's there, so they go up in weight. They put on the pounds on purpose to go up and fight. Yeah, that Hoover gym had some good fighters also, man, down in Los Angeles. Puro mayates, nothing but mayates. Hell, the gym here on Central here in Phoenix, that was nothing but mayates.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The gymnasium right there on Central and just north of Buckeye Road. That's how I remember it. There's a lot of mayates there. This guy, Charlie Austin, I don't know what the hell happened to him. This was a middleweight. And he was a lot bigger than me, and I was a middleweight. We met that. Goddamn, those guys are right, man. I don't belong in this goddamn thing, man. They're too big for me. Charlie Austin was a big bastard. He was a middleweight, and he was working out there at the gym, the Central Gym. Al Fenn was in charge of that gymnasium. You ever hear of Al Fenn?
Yeah.
He was in charge of that gymnasium. Baba, what the hell was his name? They used to call him Baba. I sparred, I don't know if I ever told you, I sparred with him one time, and then they made a lot of fun of him. Because all the guys that were watching us spar, they made fun of him, that I had to beat the shit out of him, that I had beat him, And he was a middleweight champion, professional middleweight champion in Arizona. Them bastards, man, it's their fault. The guy kicked my ass the following day. The following day, he says, I was laying in my rack on the back there because I lived in the gymnasium. Hey, amigo, he says, come on. And I didn't know he was going to show up for us to spar some more. I wasn't ready for that. I was just kicking back. I was relaxing, man. I was tired from sparring with him the day before. He says, hey, amigo, come on. Damn. So I got up, I put my wraps on, my gloves. Man, he left my face like this, man. He beat that shit out of me. I think he got busted. Him and some other guys got caught stealing. They broke into some store or someplace, and that was the last I heard of him. He got busted. I never saw him again. He was good, cabrón. The Bubba was off. I forget his full name, but he was good. He was good, man. Yeah. He beat what's his name? Willie Ross. When Willie Ross was a welterweight champion, he beat him. He beat Willie Ross. Yeah, I used to spar with Willie Ross a lot. That son bitch could hit hard at Willie Ross. Damn, he could hit hard. Willie Ross. We used to hang around together a lot, Willie Ross and I. I got along real good with those Mayates, man. Shit, yeah, I had some friends, and this guy, he had one eye only. He loved boxing, but he wasn't allowed to box. He only had one eye.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived somewhere close to the gymnasium. I don't know exactly where, because he used to walk down there. And I forget his name. And he used to bring me food, man. Plates of food. He used to bring them to me. Yeah, he's a black guy, right? So that's why people are people, man. But damn, I should have forgotten his name. It's been so many years, so god damn, it's been a long time, man. Like, he was a hell of a nice guy. Then there was a Mexican kid. There was a what was it? Featherweight. I don't know what featherweight. He was a featherweight, it's a Mexican kid. And he lived in Phoenix. He used to bring us food. Yeah. Because they could tell that we were hungry, shit. We weren't working, man. Yeah. But yeah, there was a lot of nice guys working out in the gymnasium. And there was a guy that fought Archie Moore. He was a light heavyweight, Leroy Green. And I used to spar with Leroy Green, man. He was a light heavyweight. And here I was fighting middleweight, and I didn't even belong in the goddamn middleweight. I was too little, but Leroy Green was teaching me. And he would tell me where he was going to hit me, and he would hit me. He said, okay, he says, I'm going to catch you with a left hand, man. Or he said, I'm going to catch you with a right cross. That's how I was learning, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sparred, when I was sparring, when I was an amateur and I was sparring with nothing but pros. I wasn't sparring with any amateurs.
No.
I was sparring with nothing but professionals, man. I didn't mind, I didn't give a shit. I wasn't worried, I wasn't scared of none of them, so I would spar with professionals. That's what I wanted to spar with. One time, Zoa Foley was there, and El Pan had Zoa Foley. And of course, he's a heavyweight, full-fledged heavyweight, but I wanted to spar with him, and they didn't let me. Shit. Yeah, I would spar with anybody. Shit. Yeah, I like boxing a lot. I loved it, man. It didn't bother me that I get hit. It wouldn't bother me at all. I didn't get hit. But, yeah, when you're young, you know, you just, it's different, man. You can do a lot of things. You know, Mikey, now that you're here, I wonder if you can take that thing outside for me.